This is a Vision Harmony production, presented by Monica Gilliam.
Prelude from Safari of a Lifetime, Carla and Monica in Tanzania. Carla and Monica were both elementary school students. Neither of them could ever imagine being captured and trapped inside a stone dungeon, especially in a place called Zanzibar. And even worse, this dungeon was not a castle. It was in a cathedral, the Anglican Cathedral. The girls could not stand upright because the ceiling was extremely low. Yet, this was a reality for many. Inside the dungeon was hot, humid, difficult to breathe, and there was no fresh air circulating. There was no portable fan, let alone an air conditioner. Everyone was crammed inside. There was no toilet, beverages, or even water. The scent of wet dirt was still there because many people had passed through this cellar. Monica looked for a way out. "You can't even get out of here," Carla whispered. Monica pointed to the two windows. There were two cutout openings no larger than the size of a loaf of bread. No human would be able to fit through the window to escape. They climbed on top of the 2-foot cement ledge with their squinted eyes and peered out. The view was a realization that they actually were in a dungeon. Ironically, in the distance, they could see the turquoise, aqua blue waters and gentle waves rushing towards the white sandy beach, eluding or maybe even forecasting their confines. They were overlooking the Indian Ocean, a thin line on maps in the Kakaki shorts marked the spot and confirmed they were down under the equator. There was no hotel or glamorous tent in Zanzibar. The thought of being hunted down by lions like helpless giraffe or ripped from their mother's arms and dragged away from the rest of their family was an unimaginable nightmare neither of the young girls signed up for. The good news was that both Carla and Monica's mother were standing at the doorway, but they refused to join them inside. The look on their faces was unforgettably upsetting. The mothers knew many people had died inside the dungeon. Those that survived miraculously. Both moms were tall and would have to bend nearly half their height in order to join their daughters for that portion of the tour. Seeing the vault where countless Africans were kidnapped once and imprisoned just before being forced to board ships and hauled across the waters and enslaved during the Indian Ocean slave trade was overwhelming. The mothers knew that crammed room was the last time the kidnapped Africans' feet touched their native soil for hundreds of years and many generations thereafter. And some of the captives could have been their ancestors. The 1-hour slave chambers in Zanzibar was the first former slave quarters either of them had ever seen. Touring a place so familiar to the transatlantic slave trade was surreal. They had never read about the Indian Ocean slave trade, dominated by Arab slave traders. Their first-hand experience was more enlightening than all the history books on slavery either of them could have ever read.